We're live.
We are live. Welcome, everyone, to a very somber episode of Saturday Night Spoilers. I'm your host, Trevor 2.0, and I'm joined tonight by Johnny 5 and Casey, the Illusionist. We're here today to mourn the loss of our fantastic, if not breathtakingly fabulous, sports expert, Casey, middle name, last name. He has decided to go part-time at this point to explore, I wouldn't say better options in life, different ones, things that are more aligned with his career choices, which wasn't Rainbow, so I'll have a gift for him later.
Yeah. Should we have a moment of silence for our fallen comrade?
We should have a moment of silence, and we will have a moment of silence now for Casey, middle name, last name, the Illusionist. That was a long enough moment.
Should we play the...
No.
Cue the band.
Cue the band.
Okay.
So we ship him off, not to Valhalla, because he didn't perish in combat. He was standing behind a sports counter. Or sitting at home when he put his 2 weeks in. He will be missed when he goes to wherever he's going to do whatever he is doing. And Chad thinks it's hilarious. So do we. We're trying to knock back up right now. We can only hold on so long, Chad, but your laughter made us laugh.
Any remembrances about Casey that you wanted to share before we...
No, because he's pretty forgettable.
Oh man.
Love you too, Trevor.
I love me too.
Also, I love that the camera is like right in your face on the other side. That's amazing. Anyways, I guess we should liven it up, get set up.
Oh yeah, we should tell you guys that I am the new sports guy now. I'm wearing my Panini apparel,
He's official.
and I'm now the sports guy here at Rainbow Comics. I'm drinking my Dr. Pepper. Oh, this is absolute garbage. I can't believe that anybody would want to drink this crap. But I'll be doing... I wanted to leave my body there. My body's rejecting the Dr. Pepper. I'm the sports guy. I've been doing the sports things like box breaks and the pricing ups of the cards for the teams. Water polo, Tom Brady, you're the man. He's on the Celtics water polo team.
Shout out to
He's my
Sport.
favorite. Shout out to the sports. No. And tonight we'll get to our main presentation. Thank you for pointing that out, Chad.
Get
Tonight,
it, Chad. Get it.
For our spoiler tonight, we're doing Spider-Man ASM number 129 Facsimile edition. It is the first appearance of the Punisher. Chad's down for it. I'm down for it. Casey is kind of here. Down for it for the moment.
Yeah.
How's the one that picked it?
Casey is the one that... Thank you for pointing that out, Casey.
Very astute, Casey.
Being Casey's last full night at Rainbow Comics, we let him pick it. We let him pick our Saturday spoiler. I showed him 3 of my top picks, but told him he could pick anything he wants off the wall. And being the smart guy that he is, he went with the best pick this week. ASM 129.
Oof.
The first appearance of the Punisher. Casey is awesome.
Yes. We're just going to lift that up here. Thank you, Chad, for sharing your remembrance. If you have any other memories about your time with Casey, please put them in the comments.
I still don't remember anything.
It'll come to you.
I don't even remember his first day here. I just kind of showed up. Oh, this is Casey. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Pokemon. I don't seriously don't remember. I don't think I even talked to you your first day.
You don't talk to anyone on their first
don't
date.
talk-
I think your first word was "hey," and that was it.
Probably. I don't talk to anybody in general here.
That's true.
Except for his Pokemon fandom.
I do have a fabulous fan base of Pokemon enthusiasts.
Shout out to the boys, by the way. We got treated today by the Amlin boys. Trevor and I got gifted some cool Charizards. So thank you so much. We love that. Recently as well, we had a customer bring us donuts. So we are definitely loving the appreciation you guys show us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In addition to stopping by, the treats are awesome. We love it. Ooh, ooh. That's a Saturday Night Spoiler exclusive right there.
He was better than the original Trevor.
Achievement unlocked.
Better than 1 point.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
One point. Uh-oh.
Well, what? Trevor whatever. That was his name.
Yeah.
Better than Trevor whatever.
Trevor, whatever.
So, we love that, Chad.
Yes.
We are so glad that you're tuning in with us as well. Thank you to
Yes.
everybody who's
Yes.
tuning in tonight for our
Yes.
Saturday spoiler. We're glad to have you with us.
Yep. If anyone else in the viewership has any additional remembrances of Casey, please share them with us during our time together.
We will miss him. Hopefully, our next sports guy can do even a quarter as good as he did, which isn't that hard.
Is this a roast of Casey right now? Did I miss the memo?
It's a royal roast. He's on his way out the door.
I wasn't even prepared. Oh, man.
I'm not prepared. This stuff just all comes on the fly.
Oh, okay.
Your fly.
Oh, man.
We don't know where Casey's going, actually, Chad. He won't tell us because he doesn't want us popping up there begging him to return to Rainbow.
Yeah.
It has something to do with graphic design because he
Yes.
keeps talking about me. He wants to make me special business cards.
Yeah.
Which you do need.
I'm actually going to be going to Beal Distributing, which is the Budweiser distributor of Sioux Falls, and working in their art department.
Boom.
You're going back to Beal?
Yes, I'm going back to Beal.
Boom.
I used to know somebody at Beal.
I think we've chatted about that before.
We've chatted about that before. You knew him too. He was a good kid.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But to get off that dark note, because that is a dark rabbit hole.
Yes.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay, gotcha.
It was a dark rabbit hole.
Okay, yeah.
2 people passed away.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
So we'll talk about that later. Right now, though,
We're focusing on.
We are going to view the Amazing Spider-Man issue 129, featuring the first appearance. What?
I was telling John to flip it.
To what?
Make me bigger.
What?
This bigger.
Excuse me? Do I need to get 8? I mean, we're still on the clock here, Casey. Jeez, at least take me out to dinner first.
Make it bigger for Make it bigger.
Wow.
They have multiple. I've got a picture to show you.
I don't even know what to say right now.
There's a funny meme about it.
Oh.
They have it
All right,
multiple.
let's focus on the task.
Let's focus
at hand.
on not the task. He's not Taskmaster. He is the Punisher.
Okay.
Let's punish this book.
Actually, it does deserve our punishment.
Ooh, no, this
The
is
cool
gonna be a
thing-
good one.
The cool thing about these facsimile editions,
The ads.
make it bigger, Johnny 5.
What?
Make it bigger, Johnny 5.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Chad.
It is bigger now. Johnny
Yep.
5 did his job, and he
Yep.
made it bigger.
Yep.
The cool thing, if you guys have not read a facsimile edition put out by Marvel, they are direct reference of the original books. You see all of the cool ads.
And little
From-
clip out things. It's so
Yep.
funny.
They
Yeah.
do give the disclaimer at the bottom of the page. I don't know if we can zoom in on that. All advertisements and offers contained inside have expired. I don't know if they've done that in the past, but it would not surprise me if somebody goes through
Tries to redeem it.
like, whoa, muscle workouts.
Can you
too
read that?
skinny. All advertisements and offers contained inside this have expired.
Boom. That's
So,
amazing.
just a disclaimer there. And it wouldn't surprise me if somebody's like, whoa, 25-cent books, 6 LPs or 5 tapes for 99 cents. People probably click this thing out and send it in there. We'll get to that page when we need to. We will start with page 1.
Let's hit it.
We will make the Power Ranger hint.
Oh, dude, Chad, you're like Rita Repulsa or Lord Zed. Well, Lord Zed didn't really ask. It was mainly Rita. Lord Zed just like held up his Z staff and made monsters grow. Facts. Sorry, Power Ranger. He said Power Ranger. I'm geeking out.
Nerd. Nerd.
All right.
The Punisher strikes twice. Jerry Conway was scripter, Ross Andrew was artist, F. Gianconia, and D. Hunt were inkers, J. Costanza was letterer, Dave Hunt was colorist, and Roy Thomas was editor. That was a fabulous lineup there. Roy Thomas did a lot of editing on the old Marvel books back in the, what was this one, 60s? Probably up through the 80s. Jerry Conway on script. He did a great job writing Spider-Man. Splack. Pumped.
I was going to ask you, how does that sound? But that is amazing. Pumped.
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 I like sound effects. The insult that made man grow out of Mac. That's a fun one too. They printed that in a lot of books. Shout out to Mac.
Yeah.
But the Punisher strikes twice. The Punisher is shooting a plaster statue of Spider-Man, and in Jackal's mind, that makes him think he can Spider-Man swinging through the city. I have both those autographs. Whoa, which autographs do you have? Now I want to know, because there's a lot of names I just read out there. I doubt it was Mac.
If it was Mac, let us know, Chad.
If it's Jerry Conway, though, and Roy Thomas, that's awesome. But if you do as well with the real Spider-Man, my friend, you'll have performed the world a truly great service. Killing the Spider-Man is doing the world a service. Don't speak too soon, Jackal. Them two. I'm assuming the two I just read, Jerry Conway and Roy Thomas. That is awesome. I wish I had their autographs too.
So I wish they had ours too.
I don't even know if they're alive.
Oh, okay.
They're old.
No, they probably do. Wish.
They probably wish they had ours too.
I don't know. Casey's here from the afterlife. So
On reprints of Punisher, that's cool. That is so cool. But back to the Punisher talking to Jackal. Don't speak too soon, Jackal. The action on this concussion rifle is still a little stiff. I'll have to have the mechanic. There's another name. Like, he's an actual character, the mechanic. Look it over before I go against that web-slinging menace. What?
Like, I don't know. Like, as we're reading this, like, the dialogue is just, they don't talk like that anymore. It's so great. It's such a product of the time. Like, I was cracking up so hard.
Yeah.
The dialogue in these old books was rich and
fabulous.
It was actually like important dialogue.
No, I know. It's just the phrases and stuff. It's so wonderful, though. It just captures like that time. I'm delighted.
But the point is, you can kill him. Here's, you think I enjoy that? Because of course you do, my friend. That's why they call you the Punisher, isn't it? You like the death, the killing, the joyful revenge. Because I don't kill those who I only kill those who deserve killing, Jackal. And Spider-Man deserves to die.
Crump.
Crump. Crump. Crump. Crack. There's all sorts of fun. I love all the sound effects of fun books. You don't see that kind of stuff anymore.
We need more of that.
More sound effects.
More sound effects.
That's the cool thing about the Punisher, is that he doesn't just kill people and he doesn't relish killing. He just kills those who deserve to be killed. And he takes joy in ridding the world of those who deserve death. So dark.
My phone won't shut off so we don't get
funeral marches. But Spider-Man is swinging through the city, and he is super bored of swinging. But there's nothing to do, and the air smells bad.
The air in this crummy berg.
Fly Bermuda. I would not want to be on the Bermuda flight.
But up here in Spider Country, it's positively murder.
I
just love that, dude.
Oh,
gosh, you guys got to read this. If you didn't pick it up, you got to pick it up. This is a time capsule of phrasing. I love it.
And speaking of murder, he swings down to take out some armed robbers. And the robbers are like, oh, wait, he just wants part of the take because he has been framed as a murderer and a criminal for killing
Gwen Stacy.
Nope.
I thought it was.
Norman Osborn.
Oh, that's right, Norman Osborn.
Norman Osborn. He didn't kill Gwen Stacy. He blames himself for the death. A shout out to Chad. Chad says he would take the flight.
I would be on that
flight. Bermuda.
Boom.
No, he blames himself for the death of Gwen Stacy.
That's right.
But he is blamed by the newspaper and everybody else for the death of Norman Osborn. And Harry Osborn, spoiler alert, knows who he is. I mean, you find that later in the book. Just more spoilers because it's Saturday spoilers. Woo! And he comes down, and we get coin kits.
Whoa.
Yours free, glamorous ice, cologne, and cream sachet.
Worth $6. Yours free.
So much money is. Karate lessons. Giant life-size karate practice dummies are only 99 cents. Special money-saving combination offer, $1.98.
From Great Britain, though. Oh, it just says a pound.
Oh.
Nice.
In Great Britain, it's only a pound. Well, okay, hold up. 99 and 99 is $1.98 anyways.
Yes.
Special money-saving combination offer, whatever.
Shout out to marketing.
It's like those people who think that a half is a better savings than 2 quarters.
Yeah.
Or not 2 quarters, but 2/3. 2 quarters is a half.
Wow, yeah.
Do the math, people. You're not saving any money. But he swings down there, knocks out some bad guys. We got you pegged wrong, Punk. Big deal. That just means we take you out the hard way. But, Punk, we still take you out. They didn't even say that anymore. That's so fun. Fat chance of that, handsome.
Yeah.
That was...
I was like, is something coming canon here? Like, should we just... What's going on? What's going on, Peter?
After the death of Gwen Stacy. He was into the random robber. things change in Spider-Man's head.
I mean, his hair, the hair is actually pretty flowing. That blonde mane.
It is an amazing hair.
Yeah. So
I wish
I could see that. And the gloves.
No gloves do it all.
Yeah.
But as long as it's
or the belt that seems to disappear into his pants. It's interesting. Anyways, continue.
And some of those ability, and some that's here. And had you heard, I've got the proportionate strength of a spider, and some of the spider's neat abilities too. Of course, there's one trick of his I don't naturally have. I'm not what you call a web spinner myself. I've got these real fancy gadgets that do a job nicely, which is an interesting thing to point out. The original Spider-Man had web shooters they designed in his labs, just like the second and third iterations of the movies. Whereas our first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, shout out to Tobey, I'd like to meet him, have him stop by the store.
Yep.
He went weird after Gwen Stacy. But yeah, then you got into MJ and they just couldn't get past it. I didn't like it. They need to bring back Gwen. If they're going to keep bringing back people from the dead, bring her back. Make him happy again.
Shout out to Gwen.
Shout out to Gwen. Well, that's an interesting thing, though, is that Tobey Maguire, his body makes the webs.
Yeah. It's
not completely comic book accurate. I think it's cooler myself.
Yeah, it's so cool. Cool movie, too. The first one was.
The other two Spider-Man questioning, like, so you make those yourself. Does it feel weird? Do you shoot out of your webs other places in your body? No, just my wrist.
Just my wrist.
And not as good as the real thing, but effective, wouldn't you agree? He strings them up like Christmas presents and runs away with his camera because he does not have a good reputation going on right now. How can I tell them that Osborn was the Green Goblin and that he killed Gwen Stacy, the girl I loved?
No, there's.
So if he killed...
Yep.
But bad enough his dad's dead, but he found out the truth. Spidey doesn't know that Harry already has found out the truth. Harry being his roommate. He gets up on a building, changes out of his clothes. Whoa, 6 LPs or 5 tapes. Cartridge or cassette are only 99 cents. No obligation to buy anything ever.
Like, just the messaging is so weird. I love it. It's great.
Record Club of America, world's largest and lowest priced record.
Should cut that out and send it in.
Well,
be like return mail over and over again.
Okay, so the way they phrased this, world's largest and lowest priced record and tape club. So does that mean that they got the highest prices too?
Yes.
Our discounts are crazy low, but our markups are crazy high.
Whoa.
She is back, Spider-Gwen. No, that's an alternate universe, Chad. Spider-Gwen's not Gwen Stacy of 616. She came around in a different universe.
Yeah.
And now she has her own multiverse if you read Gwenverse, and the new Gwenverse will be doing in the next month or so. Yeah. But no, she's not the Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen isn't the Gwen Stacy. Plus, no, Peter's out of high school, and Gwen Stacy is in high school. She's kind of stuck with him today. I couldn't figure out this panel.
I know. I was
like,
kind of upset about it too. Like, just get excited.
Smooth the frown out of my face.
Yeah.
Oh, the heck with it. Why does Peter Parker always have to be so cheerful? I mean, why does Peter Parker always have to be so cheerful anyways? Imagine just stepping out of her...
Wait. Can we not leave that yet? Can you hold that up, Casey?
Hold it up for the viewers to see.
All right, I want to do an activity here with that panel. With that panel right there where there's no bubbles, but he's doing the hands. I want each of us to insert our own dialogue. What is Peter saying in that panel? I'll start. This anti-aging cream is fabulous.
I don't know if he even needs words. He just puts his clothes on.
Casey, what's he saying? Casey, what's he saying?
What's he saying?
The first thing, for some odd reason, the first thing that comes to mind, I don't know why, is Mazafran.
All right, well, there you go. Boom. There you have it, you guys.
Mazafran.
I feel like this needs to be a meme, like circulating.
Needs to be okay. Can you like take a picture of it? He is the new illusionist. I like that, Chad. He's the illusionist. Illusions. Chad, that is the greatest thing ever. We gotta highlight the comment.
I think Peter's actually getting dressed for the funeral of Casey. That's what's going on here.
Tribute to the illusionist.
This one's to you, Case.
Chad, you win this one. That is probably the best one.
You just won.
Shout out to Chad for that one.
Good work, Chad.
Okay, you need to meme this one. Put it out there. Yes. Well, not right now.
I'm just gonna take a picture. It's fine.
Why does Peter Parker always have to be so cheerful? Oh, Peter, I've been looking all over for you. Well, here I am in the flesh, Betty. Is old man happiness in? I mean, just his dialogue here doesn't even sound like the Peter Parker we know anymore.
Exactly.
Like, we're borderline black suit Spider-Man Peter Parker. He's just in a bad mood.
I don't know if it's a bad mood though. It's just the timeliness of it, you know.
I'll check my fabulously crowded social register, Betty, but I'd say it's a safe bet I might be it. I might make it. Thanks, Peter. I know you haven't been as good friends as we once were, and I hope so do I, little lady. See ya. I go to beard the lion in the tiger's den. What does that even mean?
I don't know. I go to beard the lion in the tiger's den.
I wasn't alive in the 60s, but man.
I'm going to go ahead and Google that. I'm just kind of curious. There was something else I had to Google earlier.
Beard the lion, yes. Figure that.
Did you get it?
Me?
I'm gonna
No.
look it up. Beard.
Parker! That's my name, JJ, and I have got pics for you. Spider-Man breaking up this armored car robbery. Don't mention that costume freak in my presence, Parker. Don't give me this nonsense about burglaries. I have news. I want news photos, Parker. Photos about news! And the news story of right now is the Punisher starts a war against the mob. And Parker goes, the Punisher? I've heard of him. You've heard of him. That's good, Parker. That's excellent. He's only the most newsworthy thing to happen to New York since Boss Tweed. And you've heard of him. Lord, do I deserve this? Do I truly deserve this? I do like JJ.
This is interesting.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, you ready?
Pause for bearding the lion.
We're going to learn about bearding the lion. The phrase to beard the lion in his den or in his lair means to confront or challenge someone on their own grounds. It's partly from the idea of daring to grab a lion by its beard, as in it's from a biblical passage. Partly from the use of the verb beard. So beard is a verb, and in the sense to boldly confront or challenge. So that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what a tiger's den has anything to do with it, but that's I didn't know any of this, so that's cool. Yeah, there you go, guys. So go out and beard someone today. I don't know.
Okay, so Google it before you tell people to go beard someone. You don't know what you just told people to do.
What, is that a different thing?
Who knows?
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
it means put a beard on someone.
I mean, I literally just read the definition.
Confront someone is
it's a
basically
verb, anyways.
Yeah, so what's the verb to beard?
I don't know.
To confront,
To confront.
just take a
Go
stance
confront
against.
I was
someone.
in context with that. All right, let's see.
You could have told him to do some pretty messed up stuff.
Beard. All right, should we do Urban Dictionary?
That we can't.
No.
say it.
We're not going to say it. I just want to know. Oh, I already know what that is, though. Yeah, duh. I knew that one. Never mind. Anyways.
I need to go going. So he asked JJ if he wants pictures, and he's like, "Yes, you idiot! I want pictures of them. I want them now." So why don't you just say so? Here, JJ. In the meantime, fill up some space with a robbery. The developing comes out of your salary, Parker. You hear me? Out of your salary. It's cool that motion. Raise that up to the camera. The crazy motion is still being used, like 60 years later.
Yeah.
Because think about it. This book is 60 years old.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
Finally, something that translates. Just kidding.
But we go up to a rooftop. There's a rifle aimed at Spider-Man as he's swinging through the city. Then there's strategy and tactics. And Spider-Man's Spidey sense is blowing up. It is off the charts. Hold it, there's something wrong. My spider sense is beginning to tingle. That means there's danger near. What sort of danger? And where's it coming from? Can hardly stand it. Feels like my mind's on fire. What the hey is happening to me? Notice the comic code is blurring out anything they possibly can, so they say, what the hey?
What the hey? Holy crud!
I can't believe they even put crud in this book.
Whoa.
Just that. Some sort of concussion missile. If it hit me instead of that abandoned tenement, it's funny how anything that is hit by a bomb is just abandoned. Like there weren't any civilians there.
Yeah.
I'd be a mushroom cloud right now. Wait a second. On that rooftop across the street, a glint of silver. It's him, the Punisher. I know I want to find the guy, but this is a little extreme. Whoops, he's heading toward the air shaft. Probably wants to escape. It's like, sorry, pal, but I'm afraid I can't let you run out on me. There are some questions I want to answer. Mainly, why'd you try to kill me? He comments on how he's not too bad an acrobat. And Punisher replies, I'm an expert at many things, murder. And for your information, I wasn't trying to escape. I was merely trying to reach this. Your kind of scum has ruled this country too long, punk, and I'm out to put a stop to it any way I can. It's like, whoa, fella, you've got your signals crossed. Not a hey. A titanium alloy wire spins around Spider-Man. He's got him all knotted up. Punisher starts explaining like any villain goes into his monologue.
Right, yeah.
It's not something I like doing. It's simply something that has to be done. And I've got nothing to lose by risking what's left of my life, wiping out your kind of parasite. You're all alike, using whatever means to get control of the public. Drugs, gambling, loan shark operations. Some of it legitimate, but all of it evil. Sometimes I wonder if that evil's rubbed off on me. But I know that doesn't matter. All that matters is the job. Like I said, I don't enjoy it, but I did it, I broke free! What?
It's just like, bro, Punisher, you gave him like 10 minutes to wiggle out.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You broke free? That's enough wire to hold 10 men. Because I've got a secret to tell you, pal. I'm not 10 men. I'm your friendly neighborhood. Ah, forget it. Which is like 2 more words than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Jackal's down in the chimney. Oh no, the Punisher underestimated Spider-Man's strength. My entire plan's coming apart. I have to do something. If the Punisher is captured, he might tell Spider-Man about me. And the time is not yet ripe for the world to learn about the Jackal. And like his namesake, the wiry man in the dark green costume waits till his foe's back is turned, and then he strikes. Cuts the back of Spider-Man's neck open. Nice deep cut. Spider-Man is spinning out of control. He's dizzy. He's confused. He falls off a building. And Punisher goes, he's headed for the ledge. I won't have him die this way, Jackal. It isn't just. Jackal goes, just? Who's concerned with justice, you fool? Just as long as the costume buffoon is dead. Spider-Man, one of his spider powers is to block out pain. And he swings to a nearby building, crashing through the window of an office building. Swings out of the building, up to the rooftop, and they're gone. But he finds the gun he left behind his wire shooter from Ray's Armorers to the trade. He goes, I might have hit the jackpot after all. Goes home, checks the back of his neck. My head feels like he signed it with a hot torch. Say, that reminds me, Johnny Storm said he'd have the Spider-Mobile ready today. Go back and read issues 126, 127, and 128. Which, that's another cool shout-out, is that they used to put that in comic books that have callbacks to previous issues. So if you didn't know anything about the Spider-Mobile, you'd go find those issues of the Spider-Mobile and read them. Especially since I still haven't seen Harry to collect his share of the past 3 months' rent. He's behind on money, and he needs them. Oh, skip this one. I can use the extra money, the extra cash, Corona Motors. Whoa, Corona. Corona means a few different things nowadays. But they promised to deliver him money. The last time I spoke with him, being Harry, he didn't seem in the mood to talk about money. Back in Amazing Spider-Man 127. The Spider's Web, the letter pages, those are a lot of fun to read too. Karate lessons. Make money selling newspapers. And we see that Peter Parker is also a seamstress. Harry is hanging out by the door. Next thing you know, I'll give myself hepatitis from the rusty sewing needle. Got my thumb. Pain. He's still in there waiting for me because he knows I'm the Green Goblin. I thought he was my friend, but I realize now no one is Harry Osborn's friend. I'm all alone with my inevitable destiny. That's that Green Goblin serum playing through Harry Osborn's head.
Mm-hmm.
Makes him all messed up. But we're not going to worry about Harry's sanity till next issue. Right now, let's go look at MJ. And she is looking fine as ever, talking to Peter Parker's professor.
Yep. Professor Warren.
Professor Warren. I'm trying to think how I can condense some of this dialogue.
Hey, have you seen Peter? No.
It's precisely what I came to see you about. Okay, wow, Professor Warren. Peter told me what happened when you tried to talk to him the other day. You know, when all that crazy stuff with the Vulture was going on, so we don't even know what's going on, I guess. I'm afraid I misunderstood that he was seeking help for you at the time, under the circumstances, and I naturally wanted to offer him my apologies. Far out. Just talk to a professor like that. Far out. When I see him, I'll give him the message, Professor. Keep together here. What does that even mean?
Can we start using that?
Keep together here.
Keep together here.
Chad, have you seen my Peter? Lol.
I mean, It's fair.
Have you seen my Peter?
There's a lot of opportunity for better phrasing, but again, it was a different time.
It was a different time.
But I did giggle a lot. It was fun.
But do I even want to see Petey again? Do I want to get that heavy and involved in someone's life? I mean, the things he's been through since Gwen dying, he's not exactly Mr. Fun these days. What a good friend. The girl he loved is dead. And you're like, well, do I even want to talk to him anymore?
Yeah.
He's such a downer.
Come on, MJ.
He
You
is
can be
such
better.
a downer. I listened to an interesting video this morning. I listen to some guys live every Saturday morning. They're talking about MJ and Gwen. And they're like, take MJ just out of the picture completely. She's not meant for him.
Right.
And this is clear proof.
Right.
He's such a downer. He's not much fun. I like to have fun. Loads and loads of fun. And they're like, let's just bring back Gwen. And one guy's like, I've been reading Spider-Man since the 60s. I watched Gwen Stacy die. I watched him get involved with MJ and other women. And MJ is just another woman. She's not the one. She's a one. There are many of them. Bring back Gwen or bring someone else who's better. Somebody who's okay with him being Spider-Man and excited about it.
Felicia Hardy.
Like, if you do it right.
Felicia Hardy.
The problem is that Felicia Hardy only loves Spider-Man,
That's
not
fair.
Peter Parker.
That's fair.
So you gotta find somebody who likes both of them. You know, she loves Peter for who he is, and she loves Spider-Man for what he does. Kind of, you know.
You know, next Valentine's Day on the show, we should design his dating profile.
That would be fun. I've been on enough of those. I could probably download an app again and we could fill the whole. Could I?
But which Peter Parker would you use?
Exactly. That's what we'll do. That. That's
In
what
order
we're gonna
to
chop it
put a
up.
picture on there, I'd have to.
Well,
actually...
since there's three of us, we could use the three different.
Can we leave it up for a week and just see how many people click on it? Come back a week later.
Only if one of us uses this picture, because it's funny.
You'd have, for a main profile picture, you'd have to use like a Tobey Maguire or something like that, because you'd have that and they wouldn't take it. You'd have to be careful which ones you use, because I've tried pictures of my rabbit. Like, you're not in this picture. You can't just have a picture of your rabbit.
So I'll just Photoshop like one of us like lurking over here or something.
Maybe.
I'm all about it.
Oh, that'd be so much fun. We got to do that now.
We're gonna design dating profiles for superheroes. All right.
That would be fun. But back to MJ talking about how much she doesn't like Peter Parker because he's so boring. She needs more fun.
Loads and loads of it.
Then, whoop!
These sound effects.
I told you I didn't want you to do that. To do it that way. My apologies. I had no idea he meant that much to you. The Punisher had bad dating times. No, that was his wife, wasn't it? His wife and his kids who were killed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it was bad dating or if it was just a bad marriage.
So, I just got to be honest. Well, hold on. I'll say my feedback for my time.
Okay.
I got feedback.
When I agreed to work with you, Jackal, it was with the understanding we were fighting for the same thing, the complete destruction of the crime world of New York. I did not intend to become a common murderer by allowing a man to fall to his death. He was a criminal, don't you see? The police couldn't touch him. That's why you had to kill him for murdering Norman Osborn. Why does it matter how he died? It matters, friend. Sure don't sound like friends.
I know.
But he was with other women. Chad, you are the Punisher expert. I don't read Punisher.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the knowledge. You know, so if I'm ever in the shop with you, you're going to have to explain to me which issues I got to find that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or just Punisher in general.
All the juicy goss. Yeah.
All the juiciness. If I'm ever to live with myself, I have to know I'm doing the right thing. And letting a man die by accident doesn't qualify. I have to actually murder him with my two bare hands. Slowly and painfully. I mean, so dark. Pitiful fool, I've had enough with your soul searching. Your usefulness to me is over. Finished. The Jackal must turn to other, more profitable things. Now Spider-Man is dead. Bicycle, ride your bicycle with a Moto X. What are you doing now? What does it look like? I'm going to see the mechanic. I want to replace that wire gun your cowardice made me lose tonight. Well, you do take care of yourself, Punisher. We make such a good team, you know. Spider-Man is over at the armory, looking for Mr. Reese, who is dead. Dead. Punisher comes crashing through the window. Now what? Oh no, it's you again? Don't you ever quit. Now while you're still alive, punk. Chalk. Not while I'm called the Punisher. The Marvel stamps. The Ultimate Fan Club. Boom! Friends of all Marvel. Send away. Have you seen this coupon before? Have you seen this coupon before? He was with Elektra and a few other girls. Elektra makes sense.
Yep.
Thanks for letting me know, Chad. I did not know that. You know, for a guy without a fancy costume, you've got the tricks of the trade down pat. Reese, you killed him too? I spent 3 years in the Marine, Spider-Man. I didn't. Oh, I read those out of order.
Yeah, you did.
I read those out of order. Somehow I knew you'd say that. Can't. Being the other way around. Can't we talk this over like civilized people? Or do we have to keep this up till one of us is killed? I don't make deals with murderers, Spider-Man. Especially a man who killed my friend.
Isn't that a murder?
Aren't you jumping to conclusions, buddy? As he jumps to a ceiling. Who's jumping to conclusions? The Punisher has a web shooting gun too.
No, I think Spider-Man shoots it.
Was whipping it.
Like
Swamping
that.
it.
Cool.
Whip.
The man I'm rooting for to win is me. He has Punisher knocked out briefly, and he has his hands webbed together so they can actually talk. And he goes, "Forgive me for being so rough, friend, but I was pretty sure I wouldn't beat you using kid gloves. Now will you look a little more closely at Reese's body? Because do I have a choice? It's like, not much. I mean, you're kind of strung up with webs on the floor next to a dead body. Lord in heaven, those marks, like claw marks of some kind. I know precisely what kind, and so do you. I got a handful of them across the back of my head from that pal of yours. The Jackal. He did this, but why? One question first. Did you leave the armorer's plate on that crazy rifle of yours? Or was it off? Because do you think I'm crazy? Because then wasn't the gun you dropped this Jackal friend of yours took it and replaced it with the one that still had the plate? And Punisher questions why. To incriminate you, of course. He knew you had to come back here tonight, so he planted evidence the cops would have found if I hadn't. Then to tie it up neatly, he killed the old man so you'd be found with him. He was gone for a while this evening, an hour ago. But what's the purpose? To get rid of you after you've gotten rid of me. Punisher's mad, vowing payback for the Jackal. My friend, what's this whole kick you're on? You said you were a Marine, so how come you're fighting over here? That's my business, hero, not yours. Maybe when I'm dead, it'll mean something. Right now, I'm just a warrior, fighting a lonely war. Do you need to take that?
No.
Okay. The cops are coming. Spider-Man swings out of the way. The Jackal says, if I'm going to take over the city, I must first destroy you, and I will. This, the Jackal swears. You'll learn more about the mysterious Jackal's plans in the next issue, also featuring Hammerhead. The 3 drafting kits given to you. Evil Knievel. So I will apologize that we're already almost at 9 o'clock, but with these older books,
It was hard, dude. Like,
They're
there's a
deep.
lot to process.
They are a deep read. It takes a little bit more time to read them, and now we've got our feedback on it. But so again, I apologize for taking so long on this book, but I thank you all for tuning in for this extra long, extra special episode.
Yeah.
Now, which of you would like to go first?
What are we doing?
Do you even know what you're doing?
Casey, whoa.
Against the big one again.
Oh.
So we big one.
Oh, we did talk about that. All right.
We grew.
Well, you want to go?
You can go
Do I
first.
go first? Oh my god. I don't even know what to say to this that Trevor didn't say, you guys. First of all, I got to say that.
First of all,
Uh-oh.
Chad's feedback. Punisher was awesome. Yeah, he
Really good
was.
feedback.
You should have been wearing your Punisher hat for this.
I apologize.
You failed us all.
The new Punisher is junk.
That's true.
It's not true. I like it. Anyways, I mean, there's no pumped in the new Punisher, so it's obviously inferior. So, kind of some of my thoughts on it. First of all, I love that the ability of Punisher shooting a stationary Spider-Man makes him the man for the job in Jackal's eyes. That to me just shows
You hit it the side of a barn.
how funny.
You're a man.
Yeah, you're definitely the guy. You got this. One of the terms that actually caught me off guard was I'm not one of the black hats. I just put my book down, grabbed my phone, and hopped on Google. The heck is that supposed to mean? And black hats is just, criminals or whatever.
Yeah.
So evidently, to have a black hat back in the day means that you're a bad person.
Should've
Well,
worn my black.
Mine's more striped, just for the record.
Well, so just a little bit of an explanation on
Whoa.
the whole black
Whoa.
hat. This day and age, it actually does. There are different kind of hackers. there's the black hat hacker who's completely criminal, black market, all that. Then you have the gray hats who are a little bit criminal, but also help on the good side. Whereas the white hat are usually the ones that work for like the CIA, stuff like that, and track down the black hats.
Sure.
So,
Casey, are you sure you're going to Beal or are you going to Beal?
I think he's a black hat.
I think you just got outed by Peter Parker.
I'm not a black hat like you.
Whoa. All right. The ads in this book are fire. That's so funny. Like just owning a piece of history like this is just so funny. I will say visually, the webbing, it's so groovy to see, you know, how it looks like beyond a soccer goal net. But just it's so funny. Like just the texture of it and everything. It's just different from what we're seeing in books these days. A lot of his talking while he's fighting is consistent, which is awesome. It's just what he's saying, so the phrasing and everything, the voice of the times, like we've been cracking up about, just so funny. I gotta say though, my one piece of feedback, well actually there's another one here too, the part about going out to this party or whatever, I don't know if I've ever really known Peter to like hang out with his coworkers a lot.
He used to date her.
yeah, he used to date her.
He used to date Betty Brand.
Okay.
So
okay.
it makes sense that as friends, she would invite him to a party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a social person. He swings around the city dressed up in a jumpsuit.
Yeah, that's fair. And I also love that "so do I, little lady." Yeah, line. That was amazing.
Yeah.
JJ, in contrast, is totally eternally JJ. So
he is a character that does not change.
Yeah, does not change. Love it. There was a part here that I wanted to comment on where the Punisher slaps the Jackal, and it was great. It was wonderful. I can't even find it. Yeah, where he slaps it. I told you I didn't want to do it that way. I'm like, first of all, if a villain slaps another villain, usually there's a little more acknowledgement that it happened. And in this case, the Jackal's like, no, it's fine. Like, I'm just going to play you later. It's so, and so the Jackal totally owned it like a boss, because he was going to try to do this, like, frame him kind of thing, I guess, later. But yeah, it just, what an awkward partnership, I mean, that's, I don't know. It was funny. Completely agree with MJ being a total downer in this book.
Right. MJ is not his girl.
No.
I wish they'd either make her his girl or not, because in this current run, they're just not.
Yeah.
It's weird. I need to catch up because I've heard some interesting things through my stream this morning. I'm like, I got to go back and read all that Spider-Man now.
The final thing I'm going to lift up, you guys, is actually just on the artwork side. Overall, I really like the art. There were several pages that popped, but the panel, it's actually right on the halfway point where the staples are, where Jackal does the claw at the back of his head. You get a little bit of the dot artwork, which is also something that I adore about Marvel Cosmos, and so I just really love that piece too. So again, just for the opportunity to own this piece and have it in vibrant pop and colors, I recommend it. I think it's a lot of fun. A lot of these facsimiles do deliver. So yeah, from cover to cover. Are we doing that at the end though?
At the end, yes.
At the end. All right, I'm gonna shut up then.
All right, a couple things that I guess we've already touched on, but I just like to point out is, just the dialogue is just absolutely just. It's not that I didn't understand it or anything like that. It's just it's hilarious to me. Just thinking of how the dialogue was back 60 years ago, and the little lady, the Punisher calling the Jackal friend after hitting him, and God, what, and then the social atmosphere, like with the, like you said, the inviting to the party and stuff like that. Just it's completely different to what it is nowadays, where basically now we have people that are visiting via game chat if they're gaming, or cell phone, or texting, instead of meeting up together for a party or a get together to socialize.
Yeah, nobody ever invites me to socialize. It's a bummer. Probably because I work too much.
I mean, you do work.
Yeah. I work every day of the week.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, it's
You don't work
because
Sunday.
I don't work Sundays, no, but my girlfriend kind of claimed that day.
Whoa! Shout out to Miranda.
If it wasn't for her, I would probably do anything else.
Shout out to
But
Miranda.
I have to spend time with her.
So,
And another thing to lift up is, like Johnny said, the vibrant colors. Actually, I'd have to say that probably one of my it's not my favorite, but it's just like it strikes me as just something eerie. It's like the panel where Harry's just going crazy in his head, thinking that Peter already knows who he is, and it's quite interesting just to look at, just that face. It's like, oh, he knows who I am. Oh, I'm going crazy.
The attention to detail on the face though is crazy compared to nowadays, where it's
Right.
all blank faces.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, yeah, just all in all, just a really, really interesting book. The dialogue was kind of long for me, but the action was there.
Mhm.
So that's what kept it interesting. So I guess those are my highlights from reading the book. So
Being the guest of honor and being your last full-time night with us, would you like to start with your rating?
I guess in my opinion, my rating would be my rating would probably be a 3.5 out of 5.
3.5 out of 5. Where
Yeah.
did you see room for improvement?
In a lot of
5, but being it's a 3.5, that's only a middle ground.
I guess in a lot of sense, make a more middle ground of evening out the action to dialogue kind of thing, like kind of what we're used to now. So, but
no action, no dialogue. Shout out to X-Men.
Charles.
other than that, like the art was great, cover to cover. It's been a while since I've read something that with this art style. So, who wants to be next?
I can be next if you want.
Okay.
And Chad, if you want to give us your rating of the
because we
book,
expect that you've read this, Chad.
I'm sure you have to.
Chad,
don't fail us now,
Chad,
Chad.
do not fail us.
On a scale of 1 to 5, Chad, we'd like to know your thoughts on the book.
Yeah.
In my mind, it was a fantastic read. As you guys know from last week's, I grew up reading 60s, 70s. Chad, give it a 5.
Boom.
Chad gave
Good
it
work,
a 5.
Chad. It's a team sport.
So everybody can see Chad's rating. He gave it a 5.
Boom.
It's a 5 out of 5 because it's a flawless book.
Flawless victory.
But as you guys know, I grew up reading 60s and 70s comic books. So I know this art style.
Yeah.
It was a different time. Yes, it was. I know this art style. I know this dialogue. And this was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Compared to everything I read nowadays,
Yeah.
where it's boring dialogue.
Yeah.
It's boring dialogue. It's half-ass artwork half the time. I mean, you got your good artists.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's blank faces in the background where if you look in the background, one panel that stood out to me was MJ walking. Look at the two guys in the background there. I can't hold a butcher to save my life. Casey, you find it.
What? I see what you're saying, though.
But look in the background. These guys have detailed faces. Like that dude's got a beard. That dude's got a well-defined cheekbone.
Yeah.
If it was nowadays, that'd be a black face and that'd be a white face.
Fair.
Oh, here we go.
There would be no definition at all.
We're
gonna do this.
Twist it.
Twist it.
Twist it. Bop
Pop
it. Whoa.
it. Pop it. Get it, Casey.
This
Get
is
That is the panel I'm talking about. Look at those two people in the background. Nobody cares about them, but they have well-defined, fleshed-out faces. You don't see that anymore. It would be a blank black face and a blank white face.
well. Even look at the next panel, like the detail, even with them just being single color.
Mm-hmm. You can still see where his shirt is and the ruffles in his coat, the leash to the lady's dog. You don't see even that much detail on that small of people.
Yeah.
You get this little blip of white, a little blip of brown, a little blip of green.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, the attention to detail in these books was amazing. I wish the paper quality followed too, because the paper quality itself was fun. You still get your comments like that. That's one thing I like more about the DC facsimiles, even though they're not the good Marvel story, is their paper quality is similar. It's not perfect, but similar to what you got back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, wherever. You know, more in tune to probably your 90s paper style than anything. But their paper style, the art was good, Chad. Yes, it was. I'm glad that we can agree on that. But the dialogue was fun. It's important dialogue. It's not just talking heads.
Right.
Yeah.
The action is there.
Yeah.
The character voices, I need to read more older Spider-Man, and maybe that's just how he was. I'm used to so much modern Spider-Man that the dialogue is different. It was the sign of the times. The old webs, though, like you said, were so much fun. The attention to detail on them. It wasn't just some fishnet there. It was like, this is a web. They're strung up. They're never getting out of that stuff.
Whip.
And the colors, yep. The crazy colors, because the color... You don't see that face anymore. I miss that.
We're going to be
face.
seeing that face a lot more coming up. And our text messages especially.
There are text messages. I want to see that coming through a comic book look. You got to have memes coming out of that.
I'm just going to make it the background. Man, that's great.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The times are different.
That's so
I miss
funny.
those times. That was when the good stories were being told.
Oh my gosh.
So cover, you guys know, I always go cover to cover.
Yeah.
The cover is banging, quite literally bang. It was more fun. Go fun superheroes. Yep. The superheroes were so much more fun back then. The most lethal hired assassin ever. His assignment: kill Spider-Man. And behind the most murderous plot of all time, there lurks the Jackal. You don't even get fun like spreads like that.
No.
Here's what's coming out in this book.
Yeah.
Now stuff is darker.
Yeah. It's
darker or it's lighter. They're either cracking jokes when they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Shout out to that last Thor movie.
Yeah.
Or they're way, way darker than they ever have been. So I'm giving this a solid 4.5.
Ooh.
In my opinion, no book is a solid 5. There's always room to improvement.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my corporate side of my life, but there's always room to improvement. Nothing is a 5 out of 5.
Yeah. Cases.
The
Oh my gosh. That was amazing.
So I'm giving it a solid 4.5. I wish that the paper quality was attuned to that of DC's Facsimile paper quality.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's the paper I grew up with. You know, reading through those old books, you have that old paper quality. The ink is bleeding over to the next page, all sorts of fun stuff. But I give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. It was a fun, refreshing read, and I highly recommend picking it up.
Oof-da. All right. Well, I'm gonna actually be on the other side of the spectrum here, I guess, and I'm gonna have to give it a 1.5.
Really?
And then add 2 on
So
top.
3.5 and 2.
Yeah, I just love saying things that piss you off every single time.
Chad was going to show up at our store
Yeah.
and teach you the history of the Punisher.
Yeah, I know.
From
Like he'll literally
ASM.
walk in and be like, sit down, and then he'll pull out a whiteboard out of nowhere and be like, yeah, and get his like white lab coat on, and that has like Punisher patches all over.
On the
and
back
stuff.
of that's a giant Punisher logo.
Yeah, I feel that's the case.
Punisher School.
Yeah, Punisher School, Chad.
From ASM.
Chad, 3.5. Come on, relax. All right. Anyways, my thoughts on it cover to cover. Like I said, these are such a cool opportunity, you guys. Up your collection game. Try these out. It is a true time capsule in a lot of ways. Just not even what's being said, but think about what's been going on around the times of. Think about the letters that you're reading in the Spider-Man web, whatever it was called, the Spider's Web, which was hilarious, by the way. Someone was complaining about Jonah's son becoming Man-Wolf.
Was he?
Werewolf, really? The first one. Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
It's just so funny because you can see that, people, like, there were disagreements with the work. Marvel's always pushing the edge and was always, like, pissing off fans left and right. When people wanted it a certain way, they would tell it and they would publish it,
Isn't that something...
I think it's cool, though. I think it's,
when they were pissing off fans, it was on cool stuff. Like, J. Jonah Jameson's son is now a werewolf.
Yeah, which I thought was cool.
I mean, doesn't he end up in outer space at some point, too? And, he's a werewolf in space.
Yeah,
it's like, in my mind, I don't want to say I'm a shallow comic book fan, but I'm here for action. I'm here for fun. I'm here for fun. I'm here to escape reality.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like at the modern news circuit.
Yeah.
I want to escape that.
Yeah.
So when I'm picking up a comic book, I'm looking for escapist literature.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to be taught political points or anything like that.
Right.
A lot of comic books nowadays, that's all they push is political points,
Yeah.
whatever the writer wants to push. So a werewolf in outer space.
I just was reading part of this part. I like that the ending of the first letter was, I'd like to urge you once again to return John Romita to full-time drawing on Spider-Man. And if you could find Steve Ditko on Ditko's telephone number, I wouldn't exactly be disappointed either. And then the reply was, well, we doubt that anybody would be disappointed at Mike if Jazzy John or Sturdy Steve returned to the art.
Sturdy Steve.
Well, they always had those fun nicknames for their artists. Their
staff. I don't know. Anyways, that was a great pick, though.
But you were giving a 3.5 because
for me, I'm not as invested in Spider-Man literature. I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I'm glad I read it though, because I haven't read this before ever. My Punisher collecting is also very minimal as well. So I honestly can own that too. So it's just a different part of the MCU for me. What I don't know, like for me, I appreciate the language that was used, but it also, to the point, it was fun, but it was also like, I look for books that like I can connect with a little bit better, and this was not that for me as a reader personally. Artwork was not a problem at all. Banging pages, it was fun. So I respect it for that. The writing wise, I was just like, is it something that I would be like, yes, I'm gonna roll out of bed and drink a ton of coffee and read this? No. Yeah, just out of preference.
Yep.
So. But I totally dig the artwork, and I'm glad I did it to you guys, just so that way I have an understanding of Frank's origin. So that's cool. But yeah.
Once again, guys, we went a little bit over, probably a good half hour over what we normally do.
Yeah.
But
a little bit, yeah.
A little bit over. But we do thank you for joining us tonight for this extra special viewing of ASM 129, the first appearance of the Punisher, and for saying farewell to Casey as a full-time staff member. He will still be here, though, most of the time, if not all the time, for Saturday Night Spoilers, so you will still get to see his ugly mug.
Yep, and I will be also a part of the Wednesday evening review of all the new books that came out and new product for all the other stuff. So
I just think he likes to be on camera.
Well, I've already mostly invested in it. Might as well just keep it going.
Yeah. He's one of the crew.
Yeah.
I get that, but with a grain of salt, it is a classic. Yeah. I mean, I think we can all agree it is a classic.
Yeah. Also, apologies for the delayed video, you guys. Our internet gets a little angry. So,
yeah.
But cool.
So, yes, again, thank you for. I think we'll wrap this up.
Yep.
Thank you again for joining us for ASM 129. It was a fantastic read. I think we can all agree that we highly recommend you come in and pick it up, check it out, and if you like where this is going, pick up some more ASM.
Yep.
Easiest way to do it: pick up an Epic collection, pick up a Marvel Masterworks, because you're gonna get a good break of ASM in there. Good 10, 15, 20 issue run right there. And I mean, it's going to be a lot cheaper than picking these things up individually,
Yes.
Especially when it comes to Death of Gwen Stacy, first appearance of Punisher, first appearance of Doc Ock, stuff like that.
Yep.
So we highly recommend doing that. Come check that out. If we do not have it, let us know. We're going to see if we can order it for you, because we want you to be able to read these classic stories. Because that's where the good stuff is.
Yep.
We enjoy our modern reads, but if you want something good, I always recommend going back and find something older. There's always new ASM coming out. Let's always check that out. This new run has been a bit of fun, too. So, again, thank you for joining us. Signing out as Trevor 2.0 with
Johnny 5.
Sideways camera.
A sideways camera and Johnny 5.
And Casey the Illusionist.
How the heck does that even happen?
I love it.
So many questions right now. All right.
And
shout out to Chad, the Punisher expert. Thank you for joining us tonight.
I don't know why we're sideways right now.
And we are sideways right now.
I love it.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.